Hello and a share. Now, after I did my book review, I would like to talk to you about another ingredient that I see not being used so much by current witchcraft. And that ingredient is crab shell. Crab shell and crab pinchers, and basically all the outwardly parts of a crab that are basically his external skeleton. Now let me tell you a story. I live next to the Sea of Galilee. In the Sea of Galilee there are many crabs. It's like this one kind of crab that is like common river crab. This is how it's called in Hebrew. This is like a translation of the Hebrew name. And that crab shell is, once the crab dies because it's being eaten, or because he dies, or even if he just leaves his old shell, because like snakes, they leave their old shell and get a new one that is like in the beginning soft, but it gets harder if they survive. There are plenty of those shell parts left on the beach. Last time I found the remnants of no less than 3 crabs that left the remains on the beach. I didn't took all of them. But the thing is that crab medicine is very powerful because his skeletons are of the outside, our skeletons on the inside. Meaning it takes a lot to harm a crab. It's like, when you touch this is like rock, this would last for years. So, once we collect those respectfully, we can use them as a powerful protection charm, because we can basically conjure their own outward shell to make ours. We can use them to make our shell. And you can powder it, you can add it a little bit. You don't want your incense to smell crabby, so you add a little pinch of it just for the energy. You can use whole parts of it in a moja bag, or you can add a whole limb to an oil, to a protection oil, which is what I did with my latest batch of fiery wall protection that I made. So it's good for protection, but also it has like all those. This is a crab leg, as you can see. It has like its sharp thorny side. It's like, I'm trying to make it close. Well, it's basically like a weapon, okay? So you can use that to basically stick that in the voodoo doll, or use that as a magical pin to harm your enemy. And also the pincher itself could be sometimes open and fitted around a voodoo doll neck, which is a very binding agent. It's a threat against to give somebody against doing something harmful. And I found those, and it's like orange and slightly purplish red, as you can see. You see the colors do have their meaning too, okay? The orange is someone transformative. The purple could be like part of the world of the dead, of the empire of the dead. There are many things you can do, and this is the thing. Like seashells themselves, they have their own magical property. Now, since the crab shell is also something that has to do with surface, it's a surface of a thing, one could use it to cast beauty or ugly spells on oneself. It's good for illusions. It's good for to create an illusion that you look like something else, because he is trying to look like a rock. So if there is somebody that is like unassuming and you want him to shine more, you can do a positive medicine with this. Or if there is somebody that is cocky and like everybody is like always looking at him and like enjoying their presence and ignore other people, you can use that as well to uglify them a bit. And once they are collected from nature, it's like the gift of the goddess. It's like a goddess gift to you, so you need to give an offering. You need to give an offering of something that the crab will eat funnily enough, it's basically everything. They are omnivores, so whatever food you have with you, as long as it's natural, just throw it into the sea and take the shell and use it for your witchcraft. I hope this was an interesting little, snippet of information. Goodbye and Asher.